Hello and welcome to Kings of the Premier League, the show where fan votes go head-to-head with our cold, hard stats to help us select the ultimate team of the month. To help us decide who makes our 11, we'll be using Sky Sports Power Rankings and your votes from the Budweiser Kings of the match. You can get involved too. Tweet us at Sky Sports PL using the hashtag KOTPL. We are oozing class here tonight in the studio as I'm joined by Sky Sports' very own Premier League expert Jamie Redknapp and the country's most recognisable football freestyling duo. It is, of course, Billy and Jez from the F2. Guys, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Jamie, got to start with you. Jose Mourinho, we've heard you talk about the appointment on Sky Sports News, of course. What do you make of the start that he's had now that he's
Great start. Yeah, great start, Smithy. I think Tottenham fans are happy. I know you're happy, Billy.
Yeah, well, you kind of. No, I'm devastated for Poch, but Mourinho's a great appointment, so we just have to see where he takes it, to be honest.
Yeah. He's box office, isn't he?
Yeah,
he is box office.
Yeah, he raises the profile of the club. That helps. Let's just hope the players respond. I'm sure they will. He's got a great squad there, so.
And box office in interviews as well, Jamie, as well.
Yeah,
every time.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
As long as he keeps it about the team, not so much about him.
Yeah.
I think I'm quite cool with it. But look, you know what? You want Jose back in the Premier League because he's so good for us as pundits to talk about. You know, he's very rarely, there's never been a manager that you talk about more than his team, than Jose. And that's what sometimes people like, some people don't. But listen, he's always worth watching.
Yeah, he is. Billy Jez, of course, Tottenham and Arsenal, the teams that separate you, so we'll get into that a little bit later. But you, of course, have worked with some of the very best footballers around the world. Let's have a little reminder of you guys in action.
F2. What's happening, guys? It's Brody. I'm here with the F2 guys.
The F2.
F2 Freestylers.
Great stuff. You've got to check out the guys' YouTube channel as well. So much great content on your channel. I'm not going to ask you who the most enjoyable person you've worked with is because it's probably an impossible question to answer. But is there anyone that you haven't worked with who you'd like to work with? Any players?
This is embarrassing.
There is one, but quickly, before we give the answer,
Go on.
I've just remembered that, you see that VT where we broke the world record
Yeah.
for the touch?
This guy went and broke it.
Yeah, Jamie, that's great.
went and
broke it.
I don't want to talk about it, to be honest. It's a little bit embarrassing. And it came at a cost because I broke my wrist doing it.
Yeah.
I'm the only man who could get injured trying the world record.
I was thinking we're mates.
I know.
Beating our world
To
record.
be fair, if anyone takes our world record, it's got to be this guy. We're happy with that.
Love that. So anyone that you would, moving on from that?
Yeah, Ronaldinho. He's been on our list, top of our list for years, and we've finally got the opportunity to film with him next week, which
next
we're
week.
really excited.
Wow.
Dream come true.
Watch this space. OK, let's crack on with the show. Look forward to watching that. You guys and Ronaldinho, cannot wait for that. Right, before we focus on November, let's remind you of the top-ranked players in the Premier League so far. These, of course, are according to Sky Sports Power Rankings. So, guys, this is based on 35 metrics of every single player in the Premier League. If you want to understand more about how this is calculated, you can go to skysports.com and search Power Rankings to read an explainer. Basically, as we said, scores based on 35 different metrics per player, and they are importantly weighted according to their position. These are the season so far. So, Jamie, this is of the whole season. Ricardo leading the way with 28,951 points. Very impressive. And unsurprisingly, a host of Liverpool, Manchester City and Leicester players amongst them as well. So congratulations to Ricardo, top performing player so far. Of course, though, we will be picking our Kings of the Month. So we'll only be looking at November's top performers. Let's start, as we always do, with the keepers. Here are the top 6 in the power rankings on the left. And on the right, we have the players who've received the highest percentage of your fan votes as Kings of the Match. So cumulative scores for the power rankings shows that Kasper Schmeichel leading the way in sticks with Nick Pope just behind him. But the fans, they go with Nick Pope with the highest percentage of vote, with Tim Krul just behind him. So Jamie, goalkeeper for the month of November, who stands out for you?
I've gone for Nick Pope. I think he's been so consistent. He's made his full England debut. And he's playing in a side that, you know, Burnley do have chances against them, and he's made a lot of crucial saves. So for me, he's my guy. You know, Schmeichel as well has had a good month, but for me, I would go with Nick Pope.
Billy, Jez, Nick Pope?
He's incredible, but we went with Schmeichel purely because he hasn't conceded a goal the whole of the month.
Yeah.
Clean sheets, win games.
Yeah, but we can be turned because clean sheets probably get you a lot of points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's other factors, for example, how many saves you've made, how good your defence is. So the fans might be seeing beyond the stats on this one. Have we got any stats we can look at?
We have. Lovely that you said that, Jez, actually, because that brings us nicely to a head-to-head between the keepers. So this is Kasper Schmeichel and Nick Pope, the two that are leading the way in the discussion. Now, they're quite different, actually, saves. Nick Pope with 11 compared to Schmeichel's 4, so big difference there. But goals conceded, Pope with 3, Schmeichel not a single goal conceded, and 100% save percentage compared to 78%. So Schmeichel, of course, with 3 clean sheets to 2. And expected goals prevented, Nick Pope 1.8, Schmeichel 0.5. So very interesting.
I think with Pope, he's playing in a side that were having a difficult moment, conceding lots of goals, and he's been the reason why they've gone up the league.
Yeah.
I don't know, boys, but
No,
what do you reckon?
It's a fair point. It's a fair point.
There's been outfield players who have gone in goal and not conceded because their team's that good that they.
You think Carl Walker? You think Carl Walker should be in there?
Carl Walker's not amongst the discussion.
I think you are right. When you look at them stats there, it changes your perception on it slightly. So I think we go with Pope.
So that is the goalkeeper situation done. Let's have a look at the defenders. So we will start by looking at the centre-back position. And once again, we look at the 2 bits of metric, the Sky Sports Power Rankings on the left and the fans' votes on the right. Kaglos Soyuncu, easy name for me to say, is top of the Power Rankings, 7,794 points. Tarkowski just behind him. But again, fans' votes, very different. Lewis Dunk and Nathan Aki. So guys, we need 2 centre-backs, of course. Ones that you agree on first.
What do you think, boys?
We went with Soyuncu.
Yep.
We felt like he's been rock solid for Leicester.
He's such a physical presence, really good on the ball. So for me, he's a certainty. It's just who we get alongside him.
These are the passing sonars. For people who are unaware of how the sonars work, the white is successful passes, the red is unsuccessful. So what this shows is that Tarkowski likes to play forward, but isn't as successful with his passing. Soyuncu, very successful passing. He likes that pass towards the right, doesn't he, Jamie?
Yeah.
Towards the right. And
We've
Steve
got
Cook.
Ricardo, isn't he, the right back? And
Exactly that.
You've got to consider the style of play.
Yeah.
Burnley, obviously, more direct. So
Yeah.
the pass completion's not going to be there as opposed to playing to your right back and left back.
Yeah, I would go with Tarkowski. I think he's had a really good month, and again coincides with the goalkeeper, where the team have picked up really important results, and they took a couple of beatings in the last month, and that is sort of, I think the manager has got them organised and thought, one thing for sure, we've got to be good defensively, and that's what Tarkowski brings. He's solid, and he's a goal threat as well.
Yeah, Tarkowski, a few stats. So aerials duels won 20. No defenders won more. 5 blocks, only 3 defenders were made more. Burnley kept 2 clean sheets as well in the last 2 games. Touched in the opposition box, 8 as well. Of all the Premier League defenders, only Lovren and Doherty have had more. So the stats do back that up.
It's
Bournemouth conceded 2 the weekend as well against Wolves.
Yeah.
So we're going with Tarkowski, Soyuncu. They're the 2 in there for you.
Yes.
Okay. And how's this
You
working?
two are changing a little. What's up with you?
Yeah,
Phil? I mean,
We're flipping it.
I feel like I'm bullying you, by the way.
Do you know what it is? We've got an expert in the house.
No,
we're like, we'll go with him. And then you,
Oh, thank you.
we go with him.
I'm
You
not
put
an
your penny's worth in, and we're like, actually, Jay, you're right. Let's lock it in.
It's going quite well for you, isn't it? You're giving your points.
No, but
it's
we'll have
right,
some
it's
more
what-
debate. I know there's been a couple of the guys have thrown up this morning that have changed my mind. So, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of thought going into this team. So let's look at the fullback areas, because I have a feeling that this will cause some debate as well. Let's have a look at the players that are dominating the rankings in the fullbacks. So as always, power rankings on the left, Kings of the Match on the right. Andrew Robertson, Luca Digne. Those 2 players, interestingly, have been top of so many rankings we've done throughout the season. Kings of the Match as well. So this is the fans' votes. Luca Digne up there as well. Jetro Williams, other players worth mentioning. Trent Alexander-Arnold appears in both, and Ricardo is there. So ones that you agree on first, guys?
Is that this month?
Yeah.
This month, all this month.
Robertson top. Should we have put him in?
You haven't gone with Robertson.
No, we didn't.
Who have you gone with in that position?
We went with Chilwell, didn't we?
Chilwell we went with. We did debate this.
I was at the Leicester-Arsenal game and I watched Chilwell and I love his energy, enthusiasm, the way that he plays. He plays and he's not content to just play and stand still. He's always moving, good crosser of the ball. And having just watched Leicester closely this month, he just edges it for me.
Okay.
Now, I think Robertson's incredible. Robertson and Trent Alexander-Arnold, and we're talking about probably the best pair in fullbacks in, I can't think of a better one in Premier League history in terms of assists and what they do together. And I know next month we'll probably give it to Robertson. But I just think this month, having seen Chilwell up close, he just gets the nod for me.
Billy,
Especially the clean sheets. You know, he's the defender, and you,
team effort.
no, but you have to be a part of that team to get the clean sheets, and I feel like that's probably what edges it for me.
So Billy, you've got the casting vote then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who do you go with? You're sat in the middle.
Definitely Robertson. I'm joking. No. Let's go Chilwell.
Chilwell, okay.
Yeah, definitely.
The other position, so Chilwell is in it, just edges it. The other position, who takes your pick there for right back, Jay?
This is tough because we've got Ricardo and Trent Alexander-Arnold. I've gone with Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Okay.
Because I just think he's an amazing player. I've never seen a right back want to be involved in so much. I mean, normally right backs, they stay at the back and they maybe, obviously cross the ball, and the way the modern game's moved on. But he takes corners, free kicks outside the box. He's such a talent, and I think he's had a really good month, and I think just gets it.
Yeah.
So this is a touch map comparison. Ricardo, of course, they play in the same position. But Jamie, picking up on what you said earlier, this goes to show that Ricardo's more sort of diligent in his position. But is that maybe being a bit unfair on Trent? Because many of these might be corners, free kicks, that he's on so much at Liverpool. That would perhaps be why the touch map is a little bit more scattered for Trent.
He's got such great delivery, and he can... techers, as we call it.
Yeah,
He's got the
He's
whip. He's got the whippage.
He's got that whippage. Got swaz.
He's got everything.
Yeah.
And so I personally would just about go with Trent.
Are we picking this team and factoring in how they would play and gel
I like
together,
that.
or is that not
How they
part
play
of the
together
debate?
as a team?
Yeah, is that part of the debate or not? Is it just
No.
individual players?
But I like to think...
Guys, I do have to push you for a
no,
right
no,
back.
okay,
Jamie, you said Trent, but you...
Yeah.
All right.
Jamie, you said Trent, but you could be swayed.
Yeah.
Jess threw it on me. We
What do
looked
you
at
think?
stats. We've had all the debate.
Ricardo.
Who are you going for?
I think you owe us one.
Yeah. No, listen, you guys know your stuff. I'm happy with that.
It's 50-50 for me. What do you reckon? Ricardo, Trent, call it.
Go on, Bill.
I'd go Ricardo.
Ricardo?
For this month.
Happy with that.
Not taking
Okay.
anything away from Trent, by the way.
No.
Just say.
Look, Jamie has agreed with that, so we can have confirmation of our team of the month so far. So this is how it looks like. Nick Pope and James Tarkowski representing Burnley. Only two teams featuring, interestingly. And then Ricardo, Soyuncu and Chilwell of Leicester makes up our back four. A lot of good debate there, but that is the goalkeeper and defensive areas sorted. Do not go anywhere. Time for a quick break. But afterwards, we will turn our attention to the midfield and forward areas. See you very shortly. Welcome back to Kings of the Premier League. Joining me on the show, Jamie Redknapp and Billy and Jez from the F2. Guys, so far it's been quite amicable. You've agreed on a lot of decisions, Jay?
Give and take. That's what it's about, isn't it? You've got to give and take in a
It's
relationship.
shaping up nicely now.
OK, let's have a reminder of the team so far. This is it. Nick Pope in goal. Ricardo, Soyuncu and Chilwell. So a lot of Leicester representatives in the back four and Tarkowski. So only two clubs represented so far. Let's look ahead to the midfield area. Now, this is going to be quite tricky, I think, guys, because a lot of top-performing midfielders. Let's have a reminder of who is leading the way. So, power rankings, James Maddison, a player that we seem to be speaking a lot about throughout this season. What a season he's had, and of course, what a November he's had as well, because he is the top-performing player based on the 35 metrics for the Sky Sports power ranking with 9,289 points. The fans think Kevin De Bruyne is the top-performing player. John Lindstrom up there, Gian Moutinho as well. So we're going to pick three midfielders, Jamie. First up, which is the first name there for you?
John Lindstrom.
John Lindstrom.
Yeah, I want to give a mention to John Fleck and Moutinho as well, who's got a great goal the weekend at Bournemouth. I think they deserve a special mention. But Lindstrom, for me, I love a story like this. The player he was at Oxford, and to see him now in the Premier League, midfield powerhouse, scoring goals, making goals, comfortable on the ball. He looks like he's been in the Premier League for 5 years.
He's flourishing in the Prem. He don't look out of place at all. He's absolutely flying, to be honest. And he was in our team as well, so no question about that. He's been doing great.
So John Lindstrom in both of your teams. There we go. He is the first midfielder in. Another midfielder, another one that you've agreed on.
Madison.
James Maddison. Jamie, would you go along with that?
Yeah,
Outstanding.
He's got an arrogance, but a nice arrogance. He's cheeky. I think he's great for the modern game. And we haven't created enough players this last 10, 15 years that can receive the ball on the half-turn, that play forward. I really like him, and we all agreed on that one, didn't
Jezza, you agreeing with Maddison?
I agree, and the stats agree. He's top on the stats.
Yeah, brilliant month for him. 15 chances created, more than any other player. Chances created from set play, 9, which is a Premier League high. Named Sky Man of the match against Arsenal, a game that you were at, Jamie, as well. So 2 players that you agree on. The last position, what are you going with the last position?
We went with Dele Alli.
We?
Well, being a Spurs fan, I went with
Was that the only reason, Bill? Just because he's a Spurs
It was the
player?
main rein.
Okay.
I'm probably a month too early here with this, but I can
Not
see...
Kevin De Bruyne, no?
We went with Delhi.
He don't play for Spurs, so...
I might have to leave it.
Yeah, no, it was literally, I had to get a Spurs player in there.
And he's the
So
one
we squeezed two in there, and I thought, well, OK, so basically, here's my point on Delhi.
Go on.
You can
He
see...
plays for Spurs.
That's the first point. And the second point is you can see signs. I'm probably a month too early.
Yes,
but
I think you're a month too early.
Yeah, but you can see it. You can see it's coming back. So I thought I'd give him a mention. I know that he probably won't make the team, but...
And is there a bit of the fact that the techers that he showed in the build-up to the second goal is, as two freestylers yourself, something I imagine
Yeah. It
was
you were
good, it was
very happy
good.
with that?
Little one of them, he was on the floor, like, bang. To be honest, I watched it and I saw it come in. I thought, what should he do here? And he'd done it was brilliant.
Yeah.
Most
Funny thing is-
creative pass in a build-up to a goal this
Ever?
season.
For you?
Yeah, it was unbelievable, wasn't it?
Yeah.
unbelievable.
But that being said,
Kevin De Bruyne.
I think a month early is a good shout. And Kevin De Bruyne, he's got to deserve to be in the team. What do you think, Jamie?
We talk about De Bruyne, and I don't think it's to be over the top and say he's a genius. Some of his crossing, his weight of pass, his shots. I mean, I just love him. And if we're not going to get him in this team, I'm out.
This is a heat map between Delhi and De Bruyne. You can see that very different. They do play in slightly different positions, as we know. De Bruyne likes to occupy that right-hand side. This is it's movement, basically, through the month of November.
Delhi, for me, got too flicky. And what I mean by that is he was trying to do little flicks, little back heels. And the best skill that he's got is arriving in the opposition box and scoring goals.
The Frank Lampard box-to-box.
Do that. Get in the box. That's the best trick you could ever have. And there's no better trick. If you've got that in your locker, use it. And I think he got a bit carried away with trying to show us how good he is. He showed us how good he is when he scored 2 goals against Chelsea a few years ago at White Hart Lane. That's when he's at his best. Look at players like Frank Lampard. Frank didn't worry about the flicks and the tricks. He used to get in the box and score goals.
I think if you're going on a heat map, it's got to be Delhi through the...
Oh, but he don't play football.
No, I'm joking.
You going KDB?
Yeah, definitely.
OK, so KDB just edges it. Let's have a reminder of our team so far. We got there in the end. This is the team of the month so far. So, midfielders are in. KDB, James Maddison and Lindstrom. Good midfield, that, isn't
Strong,
it?
strong.
Strong midfield.
Nice balance. You know what I love about it is we've not just gone... The fact that we've got Sheffield United player, and the fact that we've got a Burnley player in. I like it. It's got a nice balance.
Yeah,
to it.
nice balance. And it brings us on to our final area, which is forwards. Of course, we need to pick 3 forwards. Let's have a look at the players that are dominating this area of the pitch. So here we go. F2, let's go with you guys first for this. Power ranking shows that Jimenez is at the top, 9,492 points. Mane and Vardy up there. Jamie Vardy, a player that featured heavily on last month's show as well. Great season he's having, dominates the fans' votes, with Mane and Jimenez up there as well. So who have you gone with?
Well,
first?
this is the first position where the top 3 are identical in the fans' choices and the actual statistics.
Correct, yeah, slightly different order, but it's the same top 3.
Yeah, we've neglected Jimenez, haven't we?
We have apologies, Jimenez, if you feel neglected.
So who is a shoe-in for you then, firstly?
So we got Son.
Son. Okay, is that because he plays
Can
for
I
Spurs
just
again,
say,
Bill?
by the way,
Kind of.
Go on.
we discussed it.
Go on.
Did we make a final decision on Son, or is it another Delhi situation?
I just thought we need to do it. No, but I know he's going to come up with the goods, didn't I? So I'll say the
Go on.
Spurs player, then you correct me and we'll go with that.
Go on, Kate. He said come up the
Did
goods.
you go Jimenez? You did, didn't you?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I think he's had a...
Yeah.
But it's coincided with Wolves doing well.
Yes.
Wolves struggled at the start of the year.
Real
I think-
turn for Wolves, hasn't
and he's
it? Yeah.
scoring goals. The goals against Bournemouth the weekend. Look, I like Son, but I don't think this month he deserves to be in the team.
Okay.
Vardy, I think we all both agree.
Yeah.
We all agree with, like the F3.
Yeah.
Is that going to happen?
Got
Jamie
legs.
joining the FC?
He's got legs.
He's got legs.
Got legs.
He's got legs.
Yeah.
It's just if we can afford him.
Yeah.
But I think Vardy...
Love how he moved on from that straight away. Just moved straight away.
I might struggle with this one second.
No, you got it, mate.
Okay, so you agree with that. I'll tell you what, let's have a look at the player that that has been causing the debate, shall we say, is Son and Jimenez. Let's have a look at this comparison. Now, this is interesting. So this is a shots map comparison. So I need to explain how this works. Star equals goal, yellow equals a hard chance, red equals an easy chance. So what this shows, they've both had good months in November, of course, but Jimenez, more shots and more goals, and the goals are deemed to be harder chances as well. So, Jamie, is this backing up your point?
Rest my case.
Yeah. Rest your case.
Yeah. Like Son, you can't not. I mean, the goal of the weekend, but I just think Jimenez deserves it. Boys, what do you reckon?
hard, easy? Is it subjective? I mean, who's making this decision? I've seen Son beat his man, step over, bang, created an easy chance for himself. But was it easy in the first phase of play? That's all I'm saying. And I'm not trying to defend Son being in there, although I do love him. But I'm just saying, I love these stats. They're brilliant. But there's room for debate on the stats.
Billy, of the two then, because
you're the one. Jimenez all day long.
You're going Jimenez.
No, it is true. It's, but I watch Sonny week in, week out. So like, there's love and affection there with everything that he does.
Yeah.
But if you do look at the stats, Jimenez has absolutely smashed it. It's no question that he's got to be in the team.
OK, so Jimenez is in. The other two players, Jamie Vardy, we've got to talk about. What a month for Jamie Vardy. It's been 3 goals, joint top scorer with Jimenez and Mane, 2 assists as well, scored in 5 consecutive Premier League games. It's just everything's going right. From top scorer in the Premier League of the season as well, Jamie, as well.
I'm doing a football masterclass for the game on Sunday, actually, like a finishing. I'm really excited about doing it, because I talk about his great goals, and he just seems to be getting better and better. I mean, he could end up being this year. I reckon he's a real shout for Golden Boot, and he'll be the oldest ever Golden Boot winner.
Vardy's in. Last player then.
In.
Who is the last player?
Can I mention one player? Lindstrom.
Yeah, good man.
He deserves a special mention. We actually spoke about this, didn't we? He's unfortunate to miss out because he scored goals, and I like the fact that he went from Bournemouth, he's struggling, gone to Sheffield United, and now he's really thriving up there.
Doesn't he?
Yeah,
but not in your team, Jay, at least.
No, I can't make the team, but he deserves a mention. And I think that sometimes in this you've got to raise debate and talk about other players. And but what do you think? Who's the other one?
The other one's Mane.
Yeah.
He's been smashing it.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, did it all start with the outburst? I mean,
Salah.
Yeah, like. Is it since then? When was the turning point that he's actually proper stepped it up?
So
here's a question for you then, boys. If you were Jurgen Klopp and you had to sell one, obviously you wouldn't want to sell, who would you sell right now? Salah or Mane?
Wow. See, a lot of Liverpool fans have turned, and Mane's their favourite player now, and they watch him week in, week out. So I'd have to go with the majority of them, really.
It's
a tough question, that.
I'd keep Mane.
Would you?
Yeah, I would. And I love Salah, of course. But I just think he gets so many important goals right now.
Right now, Friday, what, about 8:20 when this goes out? Mane.
Okay.
But if you ask us next month, it might change to Salah.
Okay, so is Mane the last player that you agree on? That is the front three.
Yeah, you're happy with that?
It's definitely.
Okay, so that is the team then. We got there. This is a confirmation of the boys' team they've agreed on. So Pope, Ricardo, Soyuncu, Tarkowski and Chilwell. Midfield 3, very balanced as Jamie described it. KDB, Maddison and Lindstrom. And then a front 3 of Jamie Vardy, Sadio Mane and Raul Jimenez. Guys, I do have to ask you to pick your King of the Month. So amongst those 11, who is the standout player for you? Again, you have to agree.
I would go with Vardy. Personally, goals, assists.
I want to say Vardy as well, because Mane's playing in a slightly better team. I keep bringing it back to the team thing.
So individually, yeah.
Mane. Sorry.
Come on, Jez.
That was a Freudian slip there. No, Vardy.
Vardy.
Do you know what? I've gone with Jimenez.
Jimenez.
I think he's taken his team in an important time, having the Europa League and Wolves at the start of the year, people talk maybe even getting relegated because they'd started so badly, and he's been instrumental in them really hitting form, and they're now flying up the league, and I think he's been my main man.
I know the defence have got a part to play with Leicester, but look where they're sitting in the Premier League. Vardy is flourishing, he's smashing it.
But then that's another case for Jimenez, because the same way I said Mane's in a better team than Vardy, Vardy's in a better team than Jimenez. I'm turning.
We need to push you.
I'm turning. I'm going.
You're going Jimenez. So I think Jamie's made you turn. Your Jimenez was your original one.
Yeah,
so
I think
Jimenez
so.
just takes it. So congratulations. We did get there in the end. Raul Jimenez is our King of the Month. So there we go. Enjoyable debate that, Jamie. Did you enjoy that?
Loved it.
Good show,
Great,
good show, boys. Enjoyed it?
Loved it. Cheers,
Jamie,
lads.
quickly, we've got to talk about title running as well. Our next show that we're back will be January. A big period coming up for Liverpool, of course, because they've got the Club World Cup, they've got the Carabao Cup. Really big fixture list now for December. Do you think this will be crucial? If they get through this, it's a big period for them for the title race, isn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, they are making it hard for themselves right now. Like I said it. This is Liverpool's year, but they've got to be careful. Like the weekend against Palace, a couple of big moments went their way. You know, VAR's been very kind to them of late. but I still think they're going to win it this year.
Them little bits of luck that they're getting, I think you need that, and I think that's going to I think it's got Liverpool written all over it this season.
Okay, Jez.
Liverpool, but every season before Christmas, you get people saying the league's done and dusted. Someone's going to have a bad run. Someone, if not more than one team in the top 4 or 5, is going to have a terrible run. Will it be Liverpool? I don't think so, but I never say it's done before Christmas.
So it takes one injury, doesn't it? Like, look at Laporte out of Man City, the effect it's had on them. If Liverpool were to lose us, it's so.
And you think the festive period is the key period if they were to have a slip up.
But I think they'll be all right.
But you're all going Liverpool?
Yeah.
OK, Liverpool to win the Premier League. Let's have a reminder of what is live on Sky Sports this weekend. As always, loads of football to look forward to. Jamie Redknapp will be at Saturday Night Football. Southampton against Watford, 5 o'clock, Sky Sports Premier League. Then a doubleheader, Super Sunday. Norwich against Arsenal at 1, followed by Leicester against Everton, 4 o'clock. That is all we've got time for. Big thank you to Jamie and to Billy and Jez for the F2. Have a great Christmas. We'll be back in January. See you later. Bye-bye.
Sky Sports Premier League. Feel it all.